Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw Tips and Tricks. Little video on how to get a different looking effect, kind of like an inward shadow on this and this. This one has both shadows, and I'm going to just do one real quick. I'm going to move these out of the way. And how I drew this is pretty easy. Just take a six-sided polygon, set it on a six-sided. My number ratio was unlocked. And just draw us, wow. Holding down the control button. Not a very good start. Holding down the control button. I was holding down the shift key. Now, we're going to need a couple of copies. I'm going to make this one a little smaller. And I'm going to set my nudge factor on 10. Because we need a copy of this in a second. So then just to make that shape, I didn't do anything special. I just took a 3-point curve line. And because a six-sided polygon is centerable, that is the true center, I'm going to go past the polygon shape because of the fact that when you rotate it, some of the edges might be a little longer. Now I'm going to use I just made a video the other day about transformation Docker, and I'm going to click on this and put the center rotation in there, and I'm going to rotate it 45 degrees, and I need 7 of them because I've already got one. We need 8. And then that gave us, I'm going to nudge that back out of the way. Now I've always found it easier to just take the Smart Fill tool and make it one color and nudge it out of the way. Because that way, two things, you get rid of the lines, which we don't need anymore. I'm going to nudge them up. I'm going to nudge this over. And then you could individually change your colors. We could actually leave here one yellow in just a second. I'm going to leave that one yellow and go to purple. I'm not doing anything special. I don't know, a light green. Now, two things you can do. You could leave it like that and do the shadow, but I'm going to go ahead and go under effects and bevel. And you can't do the whole thing at one time, but you can do this. We're going to go to 0.5, and I'm going to hit apply. Now, the bevel tool kind of changes the color a little bit. And you can play around with that, but it actually makes it not as brilliant, bright, but it still looks good. Now, we need to group these together. I mean, that's pretty cool within itself. But here we're going to take, and we're going to make this line black by right-clicking, and I'm going to make it 72 points. Well, that's too big, 36 points. And I'm going to make a duplicate and move it over. And I'm going to, well, what I should have done before I did that hairline, I actually need a copy of that. And then take this one and make it to 36 points. And if you don't have 36 points, you can always just type it in. I'm going to go to, you know what I'm going to just blur it. Go to blur, Gaussian blur, and go pretty thick on the blur. So I'm going to put it like right there. Now, to get this, we can power clip this in there. I don't like using power clip, but in this case, it works pretty good. And it's printing, so I've got it grabbed, so I'm going to place it inside frame. And there is an inward shadow type deal. Now I'm just going to nudge it over, go up to object, order, front of page, and see what it did. It just gave us a little bit of a darkness shadow to it. There's several ways to do that. Like right now, I forgot to make another copy. So I can do this right here. I can fill that in with the Smart Fill tool. Nudge it over. Need to make sure there's not a line in the way. Nudge it back and then left click, right click. And I've got that shape totally over again. I'm going to take away that rectangle. And this time I'm going to go to 36 points, but I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to go to Object, Convert Outline to an Object. Then I'm going to go to Bitmap and I'm going to convert it to a bitmap. And then I'm going to go to Gaussian Blur and see if it made any difference. I can't. Yep. So this time I'm going to make a duplicate of that and move it over so we can still see the original. And then now I'm going to put this over there, and you've got a total different look. You've got some outward shadows, some inward shadows. And of course, if you go to Object Order, back a page, it'll take away the shadow that's on top. What is really kind of cool about this is that it really makes things stand out. I don't think, if we make a black box, it ain't going to help any, I don't think, but it'd be kind of fun to look at. Yeah, so you can't, it kind of does. It kind of, that inward shadow kind of looks pretty cool, but we'll make it a yellow shadow and you can see the inward and outward shadows. Anyway, I hope that helped just a little bit. Thank you for watching.